I talked about 2 words. And so now that I'm wiping egg off my face, I am scrambling to say the same thing in a little different way. Maybe by saying them in the same semester, it will land home and you will never forget the 2 words. You've heard the words since you were in Sunday school. You have heard these professors remind you of them both in words of warning as well as words of encouragement. You will use the words with others in your ministry, both from the pulpit as well as a counselor, a friend, a minister of music, whatever capacity you'll serve in, on mission field or here at home, you'll use these 2 words. And they are, trust God. 2 single-syllable words that you have heard forever, but you will discover as time passes how difficult they are to obey. Trust God. I will never forget standing on the lawn in my pajamas at 2 a.m. that Memorial Day weekend, watching with my family in disbelief as flames gutted our large English tutor to a stone shell by dawn. Everything we possessed was lump or ash. I have no way of knowing what the future holds for you. You may lose your home and everything in a fire. You may lose your spouse to an early disease, detected but not cured. You may lose your dreams, your hopes. You may lose a relationship that you have cultivated over the years. All losses are painful. And you will be brought back over and over again to the words of Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. All your heart, all your ways, trust. Trust. Now, we have a problem with this because of several things. First of all, we are to blame self-sufficient. We have learned how to get ourselves out of jams rather than acknowledging the jam has very well been either directed or permitted by our sovereign God to teach us. And by not trusting Him, we short-circuit the test and go our own way, getting ourselves out of our own mess. We're too self-sufficient. Another reason we fail this test is because we're too quick to call on others. We have a lot of very capable friends. As life unfolds and you leave this school, your work of ministry, your realm of responsibility, you'll meet other people. Many of them much smarter than you are. Most of them richer than you are. Better connected than you are. And some of them will become good friends. And they will become your crutch. You'll trust them rather than the Lord your God. Because they're right there and they have connections. Another reason we don't trust is because we feel distant from the God of heaven. Don't feel too guilty about that. So did Job, as godly as he was. And yet Job said, in the midst of all of the loss, though He slay me, I will trust in Him. Though He take me off this earth. In the process, I leave trusting him. I will trust him. The fourth reason I would name is that we have cultivated the bad habit of worry. Many of you are much better at worrying than you are at trusting. If you were to put together a worry list, it would outrun your prayer list. And you're worried right now about something. Most likely, it's related to something about your schoolwork, some course, some class, some test, or maybe your finances. You don't have enough money. I'll give you a word of encouragement. You'll never have enough money. So you're worried now, you're getting good at it, so you can carry that with you when you graduate, because you won't have enough money then. So you're worried about that. And you do not trust God. And if you think you're going to outgrow the problem, take it from this old guy today, you won't ever outgrow it. It's like lust. You never outgrow lust. You just learn to fake it. I remember attending a Navigator conference when Lawrence Sandy was president. We were at Glen Eyrie, and they had a returned missionary, I think an 87, 88-year-old gentleman who Lauren brought up to the platform, and he was a longtime navigator. And Lauren said, "Tell me, Dr. So-and-so, when did you conquer lust?" The old man said, "Well, Lauren, hasn't happened yet." You'll never conquer worry. It's part of the flesh. You want to, but the only way you will get through it so that you will learn from the test is to trust. To trust. To put the worry on hold, to set it aside, deliberately shoving it away and saying, "God, at this moment, I rest in you and you alone." I put together a quick list of things that reveal how little we trust. When you choose to worry, you do not trust. When you try to fix what is impossible, you do not trust. When you hurry ahead and don't wait for the Lord to move and to change, you do not trust. When you lie awake twisting and turning at night, you do not trust. When you doubt biblical principles and promises that are right here in the book you love and study, you do not trust. When you turn to others first for help, you do not trust. When you listen to human counsel and give a higher priority to that than the principles you have just learned, you do not trust. When you manipulate and maneuver situations, you do not trust. When you step in and take charge without praying and being led by the Spirit of God, you do not trust. When you cling to others in order to feel secure and needed and loved, you do not trust. The list goes on and on. See how easy it is to live in the flesh, how easy it is to disobey. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Wouldn't it be a great project this year to think through ways that you can begin to trust God regardless? Hopefully it'll be a project that you and a good friend or you and your mate can enter together. What is it we do that keep us from trusting God? And how can we break that habit and watch God break through in ways that we would never have expected? Living with a brother, putting house and home back together, having lost it all. Several weeks ago, a couple in our church came to see me. She has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. She's by now lost all of her hair. As they spoke to me in the most encouraging manner, I'm in tears, they're smiling. What an interesting reversal of roles. I'm the guy that's supposed to have the answers. And they sit here and they minister to me as I've rarely been ministered to, talking about what God is teaching them in the midst of the loss. Now, all of that'll sound hollow if you're cynical, and some of you are, tragically. But if you still have a heart, you will realize that's where you want to be. When the doctor says it's your wife, or your husband, or your mom or dad, or you. Something happened in their lives somewhere that they determined they would trust God with all their heart and lean not to their own understanding. I asked the husband straight out, don't you lay awake at night wondering where all of this is going? And his response was an immediate, oh yeah, there are nights like that. And the Lord taught me through my shameful response, you'll win this battle. Trust Him. Trust me. Trust God. It's so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take Him at His word, just to rest upon His promises, just to know, thus saith the Lord. Trust God.